Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, saw this drama coming. What kicked off as some harmless troll comment exploded into a full-blown Cardi B meltdown that had the entire internet screaming, debating, and choosing sides like it was World War III. And the kicker? It all started with hair. Yes, hair. But not your casual chit-chat about strands. We're talking identity, pride, insecurities, and way more layers than anyone expected when they scrolled into that comment section. Apparently, Cardi B was just sharing her haircare journey, posting clips, showing growth, flaunting progress, keeping it raw and personal in a way her fans rarely get to see. Real, unfiltered, human. Then one single comment appeared. One. And suddenly everything flipped. At first, it seemed like no big deal, just your average attention-seeking troll. But what that person said, it hit deep. And within minutes, Cardi B didn't just scroll past. Oh no. She responded. And not in a polite, measured way. She lost it. Full-on spaz mode. A reaction so raw, so emotional, so completely unfiltered, live viewers couldn't believe their eyes. 1 second she's casual, the next her vibe shifts. Tone, different. Energy, off the charts. And then, mid-rant, she drops a line that ignited the internet. This not a nappy competition. Boom. Viral instantaneously. Clips flying everywhere. Memes forming faster than you can blink. Fans debating what she really meant, how she said it, why she snapped. Some saw self-defense, others saw something deeper finally spilling out. And, naturally, the internet turned a single moment into a full-blown spectacle. Suddenly, it wasn't just about one troll. It became a symbol of everything. Why did it land so hard? What did that troll even say to push Cardi B over the edge? And why does this feel way bigger than a simple internet spat? Because once you trace the whole saga, it's clear this wasn't just a clapback, it was a revelation. To understand why she snapped, you have to see the build-up. This wasn't random. Not just Cardi B being Cardi B. This was years in the making, layered, moment by moment, comment by comment. Let's talk Cardi B herself. From day one, she never pretended to be perfect. Loud, raw, unfiltered. She says what she feels, whether the world wants it or not. That's why fans adore her, and why critics swarm her. Being unapologetically visible makes you a magnet for attacks online. Now mix in her hair journey. Not just quick posts or fleeting updates. Years of showing every angle. Growth, damage, product experiments, routines, methods. And most importantly, confidence. Because for Cardi B, hair isn't hair. It's identity. It's culture. It's self-expression. And that's where the drama hits hard. Conversations about hair, especially in the spotlight, are never just surface level. They come loaded with opinions, judgment, and expectations. Sometimes, the criticism cuts way deeper than people realize. Here's something most don't mention. Even with millions of fans backing her, Cardi B is under constant scrutiny. Every post, every video, every tiny detail. People watching, people commenting, people judging. Over time, that pressure stacks. Now picture sharing something deeply personal, something you're still figuring out, and instead of support, you get torn apart. That's the environment Cardi B navigates daily. And no, this wasn't her first clapback. She's confronted trolls countless times, calling them out, checking them, sometimes laughing it off, but other times taking it personally. Because let's be real, she's human. And then there's social media culture itself, which played a huge role. It's not just sharing anymore, it's a battlefield. Beauty, lifestyle, personal journeys, everyone comparing, everyone judging, everyone proving something. And hair? That arena gets brutal. Suddenly, it's not just about what you do, it's how you measure against everyone else. That's exactly where things went sideways. According to the puzzle pieces people are putting together, the comment that set Cardi B off wasn't random. It wasn't a casual insult. It was a comparison. A challenge. Someone trying to turn her personal journey into a competition. And that hit differently. Cardi B has made it clear. She refuses to be boxed in, compared, or told how to look, act, or present herself. That comment wasn't just a troll, it was a trigger. Timing matters too. This didn't happen in a vacuum. She was already more open than usual, sharing more, letting people into a private side of her life. And opening up like that also opens you to harsh criticism, which stings even harder when you're constantly under public scrutiny. One comment suddenly doesn't feel small. It feels like the final straw. And that's exactly what it felt like. When Cardi B responded, it wasn't just one person she was reacting to. It was every judgment, every comment, every ounce of pressure that had been building. That's why her reaction was so raw, so emotional, so real. It wasn't just words, it was representation. Here's where it gets juicier. While she was reacting live, the internet was already watching, recording, and dissecting every second. And the moment she dropped, "This not a nappy competition," everything shifted. That single line transformed a personal rant into a viral public event, instantly debated, analyzed, and dissected from every angle. And as always happens online, what started as a single clapback ballooned into a full-blown controversy, a conversation that pulled in fans, critics, and lurkers alike. Up until that point, it had just been background noise. Opinions. Then everything erupted. The usual internet chaos? Forget that. The second that one comment hit Cardi B's screen, the whole world flipped upside down. According to multiple reposts, this troll didn't just type some random shade, they went personal, comparing her hair journey to others, implying her progress wasn't real, impressive, or enough. On the surface, sure, it sounds like another dumb opinion. But the delivery? Pure disrespect. Like someone was trying to turn her private journey into a competition. And that's when Cardi B paused, reread it, and everything changed. You can see it in the clip, expression drops, tone shifts, and suddenly, she's not just replying, she's exploding. A full-on, unfiltered rant. Viewers watching live were like, wait, this just escalated. She didn't just fire off a clapback, she dismantled it line by line, emotion by emotion, calling out the constant comparisons, the attempts to minimize her progress, the endless pick-apart culture. And then, she dropped it. That viral, unforgettable line, "This not a nappy competition." The instant it left her mouth, time froze. This wasn't a comeback, it was frustration, it was build-up, it was raw emotion hitting the internet in real time. Within minutes, everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram blogs, YouTube shorts. Everyone posting, reacting, asking, wait, what did she just say? That's when the chaos kicked into overdrive. Reactions split hard. On one side, die-hard defenders saying, she's right. Why's everything gotta be a competition? Let her live her journey. Likes and reposts skyrocketed. On the other side, skeptics asking, hold up, what did that even mean? Couldn't she have said it differently? And just like that, the clip wasn't a rant anymore, it was a full-blown controversy. Then the twist, as the clip circulated, people started dissecting. Slowing it down. Rewatching. Different versions emerged, some long, some short, some cutting off before she explained herself, some only showing that one line. Now reactions weren't just to what she said, they were to how it was presented. Opinions shifted depending on the version. One made her look frustrated but reasonable, another made her look, well, something else entirely. The narrative fractured. People weren't even arguing about the same thing anymore. Different edits, different contexts, chaos ensued. And it got worse. Behind the scenes, Cardi B kept reacting, posting, replying, clarifying, explaining herself. But by then, it was too late. The internet had grabbed that one line and blown it into a monster. Once a moment goes viral, control evaporates. Audience decides. Add the emotional weight, the build-up of pressure, the personal stakes, and suddenly, this wasn't just a viral clip, it was a situation. People weren't just watching, they were choosing sides. And sides escalate. And escalate they did. The debate grew louder, clips spread faster, more people jumped in, and then, the twist nobody saw coming, the industry started watching. Subtweets, comments, reactions from artists and influencers. Suddenly, this was bigger than Cardi B herself. That viral "Dis not a nappy competition" line? Within hours, it was everywhere, remixed, reposted, memed, I-reactioned. People weren't just observing, they were weaponizing it. What started as debate mutated into misinterpretation, and the internet chaos became a full-blown storm. And here's where things get wild. Because as more people dug into the full version of Cardi B's rant, a whole new story started emerging. One that most hadn't seen yet. The longer clip, yes, the one that didn't go viral first, showed Cardi going way deeper. She didn't just drop that one line and walk away. She broke it down. Explained how people constantly compare her to others. Question her authenticity. Turn her personal journey into a competition instead of supporting her. And suddenly, that viral line hit differently. Not an attack anymore. Pure frustration. Someone finally pushing back against a narrative that had been simmering for years. But by the time the longer version circulated, it was too late. The internet had already picked its favorite clip, the controversial one. Short. Out of context. And that's when the chaos exploded. People weren't reacting to what she said, they were reacting to what they thought she meant. Totally different situation. Then, things got even messier. Cardi didn't calm down. Her energy stayed high, emotional, passionate. And instead of clarity, some saw her doubling down. Splitting the internet further. One side screaming, she literally explained it. The other, context or not, she said it. Volume and aggression ramped up. But the twist wasn't over. Another clip started floating around. Cardi B, calmer, reflective, a different tone. And she said something that stopped people in their tracks. I'm just tired of people making everything a comparison. Let me just be me. That line did what the first clip couldn't. Humanized her. Fans saw frustration, overwhelm, constant scrutiny. Suddenly, some critics softened. Okay, now I get it. She didn't mean it like that. But not everyone budged. The original clip still had its defenders and its critics. Both narratives lived simultaneously, neither backing down. Now the escalation hits peak chaos. This wasn't just a Cardi B moment anymore. It was cultural. Hair, identity, online judgment, context lost, narrative spun. And social media made it explosive. The final reveal? This moment wasn't just about one comment. It was everything leading to it. Pressure, scrutiny, comparisons, expectations, all erupting at once. Raw, unplanned, messy, viral. And as the short clip, full clip, and every edit started circulating, collision everywhere. Twitter X flooded with debates. TikTok stitched, reacted, argued. Instagram blogs dropping back-to-back updates like breaking news. The universal question, did Cardi B go too far? Or did the internet twist her words? Fans fought. Then the industry stepped in. Subtweets, perfect timing, defending, criticizing. Divide deepened. Not just fans. Now influencers and media were choosing sides. Context blurred. Influence amplified. Then one media personality dropped a comment that changed the tone entirely. The debate wasn't just about Cardi anymore. It was about social media itself. Edits. Narratives. Viral consequences. One sentence overshadowing everything. TikTok detectives and Twitter threads dissecting short versus full clips, showing moments cut out. Millions watching, millions sharing. Some defending. Others doubling down. Two conversations. One chaotic internet. And through all of it, Cardi B kept posting, replying, engaging. Every new comment, another headline, another clip, another debate. Tone, words, energy dissected. Fans split on whether she was defending herself or fueling chaos. Unpredictable. Evolving in real time. Even those usually avoiding drama got involved. Haircare creators, cultural commentators, adding context, turning it into a discussion on identity, representation, and online culture. That one comment. That comparison, that tiny moment, became massive. And one final line started trending across platforms. This whole situation could have been avoided. People asked, if the comment never happened, would this have blown up? If the clip wasn't edited, would it go viral? If everyone waited for context, would this even be a controversy? And that is exactly why this exploded the way it did. And those questions? Still unanswered. Because by now, the moment already happened. Reactions already spread. And the conversation? Still raging. And believe me, what comes next could push this chaos even further. Just when it seemed like things were finally starting to settle. When people thought the debates were cooling. Clips had peaked. The internet ready to move on. That's when it flipped again. Out of nowhere. A new clip surfaced. Not the original rant. Not the viral edit. Something different. Something that made everyone pause. Because in this one, Cardi B wasn't loud. She wasn't screaming. She wasn't reacting with fire. She was calm. Almost eerily calm. And that made it hit even harder. Because in this clip, she addressed everything. But in a completely new tone. She said things like, "I be sharing my journey. Because I'm proud of it. Not to be compared to nobody." Then she paused. Looked straight into the camera. Added, "I'm human too. That stuff get to me." And just like that, the game changed. People saw a different side. Not the viral clip. Not the controversial one. But the real one. The human one. And that is when the final chapter started.